Hey everybody, welcome to episode 45 of Round the Twist. It is June 23rd, 2010, and the scrapping and snorkeling in the background once again. Phoebe with a new bone down there. Let's jump right into what's on the needles. I started my Eunice socks, so everyone that has been beating my butt at this knit along, I finally joined you. These are the Eunice socks from the Sock Innovation book by Cookie A. It's the Volmiza 100% in pesto, in the We're Different version of pesto that I got out of a grab bag. Using my US 2 signature double points, the 2.75 millimeter needles. And I am 4 rows from the end of the second repeat. However, hang on. I like my cuffs to be about 6.5, 7 inches long, and these are just barely skimming in at about 4 1/8. I'm going to do a third repeat. I thought I could get by with leaving the socks the way they were. 4 more rows will probably take me up to 4 1/4, so another repeat should get me close to 6 inches, and then I can go into the heel. So, yay, those are coming. My gosh, they're addictive. This was all done at work. In between patient calls and waiting for them to need help, and between doing my rounds and checking on everybody. This is all work knitting. So those are coming along. The first one is coming along. Next up, oh, by the way, I seem to be entering my green phase, just so you know, because everything you see here tonight is probably going to be green. Because next up is the Gaia Shawl. The pattern is actually called the Gaia Shoulder Hug by Anne Carroll Gilmore. This is what it looks like. And she actually wrote it specifically with the Noro crayon sock, or the Noro, sorry, I'm losing my pattern over here, with the Noro sock yarns in mind. And goodness, I just got a hot tangled mess here. There we go. I've just barely started this, but it's a little triangular shawlette. So this is the top center of the back of the neck. And then every time it starts to do a color transition, you do an eyelet row, and it changes back and forth between, I'm showing you the wrong side, changes back and forth between stockinette, eyelet row, reverse stockinette. Next color change, eyelet row, stockinette, color change, eyelet row, reverse stockinette, back and forth the whole way down the shawl, like you see in the picture. So yeah. I've had this skein of crayon hanging out in my stash for I don't know how long, probably about 1.5 years at least. And I pulled it out the other day and I started on socks for it, and oh my gosh, I forgot how scratchy crayon is. I've only ever used crayon for felted bags before. And the sock is about as scratchy as the normal crayon. I'm hoping it'll soften up after a trip through some wool wash, some soak when I'm finished, but we'll see how this goes. But I'm working it on US 5s, the 3.75 millimeter needles. And the colorway is the S236 Noro. How imaginative you are with your names. And here, so you can see this is kind of the color process going through the whole thing. Obviously, I rewound the ball that the yarn came in. But I'm not really seeing any surprises. There's kind of, like right there's a little like flesh tony color that I'm not sure if I'm going to be crazy about, but that seems to be the only really surprise color. You know how Noro always has that? You think you've seen all the colors in a certain colorway, and then you're knitting along and you've got this beautiful like purple and pink and gray, and then all of a sudden, blam, out of nowhere, orange. And it's not a pretty orange either. It's a really, really ugly orange, but okay, I'll deal with it. If I come across anything, I'll just cut it out and splice it, and that's the beauty of crayon. It spit splices beautifully. Third green thing, is my, goodness, what am I losing here? Scrap paper. Okay, lovely. I started another pair of work socks because, yeah, Eunice socks, I have to have the pattern for. Gail shoulder hug, I have to have the pattern for right now. Once I get a little further in, I probably won't. And like I said last week, I'm going to the theater on Friday to see the Broadway version of Beauty and the Beast. And I need something mindless to stick in my purse because the theater seats aren't that big, and I can't take Eunice along with me because it takes 2 cable needles plus the book open on my lap. And so I started Monday night after I woke up after working my whole weekend. I started just a 72 stitch stockinette sock. This is out of the Trekking XXL in, again, the highly imaginative colorway of 401. And it's pretty. I like it. It's totally not my colors I normally pick. I don't know why I bought this colorway, but mainly green with a few little bitty blue stripes in it, and I'm liking it so far. I'm actually ready to start the heel flap on this. This is like maybe 6 hours of knitting in the whole thing. Monday night, my brain was so fried from working the weekend. I didn't have any more RAM in my head to deal with anything but plain old stockinette. So that's coming along. It's my usual US size ones, the 2.25 millimeters on over 72 stitches. Soon to be on the needles because last night I worked with one of my newer coworkers. I know I've showed you guys this before. The kit that I got from Knit Picks for the New Traditions baby blanket. There's a better picture of it. All done. This whole big bag full of Comfy Sport. And this is going to be for my coworker Amy. She's not finding out what flavor of baby she is having, whether it will be a boy or a girl. She is waiting to be surprised. So that makes the baby knitting a little bit hard. But I think this is gender neutral enough. I should be able. I told her there's no way you're getting this before you go out on maternity leave because she's starting to get a little bit big and she's probably going to be leaving soon. But I told her this is your motivation to come back to work, is you'll have a baby blanket waiting for you when you get back. So that's going to be started maybe this weekend when Mom and Dad are here. We'll see. Oh, by the way, my dad retired, so everybody please wish him happy retirement. He is done with paramedic duty. Yay! I was kind of bummed. They had a big retirement party for him today, but because I worked last night, and I'm working Tuesday night, and I'm working Thursday night, party today, 4-hour drive home, 4-hour drive back, yeah. If I wanted to sleep, that just wasn't happening. So, sorry I couldn't be there, Daddy. Happy retirement. I'm excited for you. You're going to have fun now that you're out of the working world and away from the stressful EMT life. I know you're going to miss it, but oh well. You'll find other stuff to occupy your time with, I'm sure. And you know what? Why don't we break this off right here, and then I will see you back in a couple minutes for what's on my wheel. See you guys in a bit.